Outreach Lead, and I'd like to welcome you to the workshop on product discovery case study at Growth School by Abhay Chopra, who is a founder at Design Hat and has experience in UI UX. Please take the stage whenever you're ready, Abhay.
Oh, thanks everyone. I still can't see the stage, but that's all good. So I just want to give a bit of background from myself before I start, and then we can get into the case study and yep, everything around. I try to speak less because I more towards your questions. You guys have more personalized questions. That makes more sense to answer it. So, just a bit about myself. I'm Abhay. I'm actually from India. From the last 2.5 years, I was working in a company called Growth School. I was fortunate enough to be one of the founding members in that company. Grew that company from 6, 7 employees to like 150ish now. Fortunate enough also to be around amazing people in the industry, the experts, talking to them, being around them, and everything around that. So that really helped me grow. Uh, so today we're just going to talk about one of the features that I wrote. I'm going to try if I can. I will add the link to this particular case study, or you can find it on Medium as well. Uh, so product discovery. Before that, I still have to give you a context about the company that I work with. So Growth School is an edtech startup back in India. Uh, I still work there. My last, actually, I'm just like I'm in the process of like leaving. So this is almost my last month there, uh, but like this particular feature that I made there was really crazy because that's really directly impacted the revenue. And till the time we made this feature, we were in a process of collecting data, and data analytics was really like prominent in our company, so we were able to get the right data possible. uh, so about Growth School. So Growth School is an edtech startup in back in India. They Generally speaking, they have courses around different topics, mostly vocational, like UI, UX, public speaking, full stack, marketing, everything around that. And we sell those courses to audience out there. People buy those courses and access them somewhere. If you are from like any of the universities in Canada, I'm gonna assume that you guys have some kind of system where you see your courses, the content of the courses online. That system is called a LMS. What LMS means? Learning management system. That's where all the content is there. You guys can use that to submit your assignments, view all the slides of the content, have more discussions, and much more features, right? So similarly, Growth School, because Growth School is not like a typical school. It's not registered at a school. It's a company where you can just buy courses. Those are taught by top 1% of the industry. Uh, that's how we cater to ourselves. So that was a bit of about Growth School. What about the feature is that was product discovery. So why did we have this particular feature in our pipeline was because product discovery is what we sometimes it's called something else. It totally depends on which company and what are you looking at. But what exactly product discovery means is when a user is discovering a product of a company. That is it. For example, in case of Uber, it can be uh, out if you're looking from outside, it can be the Uber app. And if you're looking from inside, it can be a particular restaurant, a particular dish. That's a product that they are trying to recommend to the user. For in our case, we were trying to look at the internal fact of it. For example, if a person buys a single course, how we should recommend them or how they can find another course which is in the rightest which is the best to recommend them, to be honest. So that was a thing of this. One of our visual designers and me, product designer, both collaborated on this uh, about this product. So our platform is called GS Learn. So I'm going to mention that term a lot in the whole case study when I'm talking about it. So just wanted to let you know. So as I said, the problem statement was the learners. So we call our users learners. So learners want to know how to buy more course programs or courses. And our current strategy was more around ads. We were just retargeting them through ads to present them more options, but there was no way to kind of present them the right option, right program or course for them. So that was one of the way we wanted to fill that gap in the industry and wanted to make sure that people find the right course for them. So we did a bunch of research, and because it's a very young startup, our research primarily goes through like calling users if you want to go talk to users, or because of this one, this was really directly impacting the revenue and a lot of things which are internal to growth school. So we did a lot of research with our teams or our stakeholders inside growth school. For example, one of the programs teams, so programs teams is the team which makes these courses. Learner ops takes care of making sure everything is right for the learner, that is our user. Sales team basically sells it. So all these inputs were really important for us to design this particular case study. I'm just going to go through the summary that we did for this one, which was around that. For example, we came down to conclusion like some programs sell better than others, so we recommend focusing on those, because obviously we know from our data that those are sold better, people like those, so we recommend them more. Second was user primarily rely on industries to find the right program. For example, if you know that you want to get a course in marketing, you will get a course in marketing. You won't start looking in design. So that's why people rely a lot on industry. Third, mentors brand perceptions plays a significant role. For example, if you see a brand marketing course taught by a mentor from Google and a mentor from a random company, you would prefer Google. So that what made sense to us from our data capturing. Then what kind of information users wanted to know. We came down to conclusion like the duration of the program, is it 3 days, 5 days, 10 hours, 50 hours, 2 months, whatever, and what kind of content goes into that program. That's what user wants to know before making a decision. So, and also making sure mentor images are there, because some of the mentors that we had, they had huge following on social media. So as soon as they see their face, that brings that credibility before even buying that course. So that definitely helps in the overall process of it. We're talking about this. So these were the research points that we were able to gather on at the very end. So later, because it was very visual heavy project for us, uh, and we were in the middle of brand identity creation for our whole uh, startup. That's why we wanted to explore other visual styles as well. So that's why we, at the time, we were exploring new brutalism. That was really upcoming design in our industry, and we were already implementing them with other products of our case. For example, our startup relied on landing pages a lot, and we catered towards that uh, a lot. So that's why we focused on new brutalism to implement that in our product as well. We did that, but the thing is with new brutalism, it's generally whenever somebody sees it, it's more K-12 zone. When I like, it's really for a really young audience, and not for the audience that we had, because our audience has had broad spectrum of goals. uh, so we wanted to make it possible, make a growth school version of new brutalism, which we eventually did. And we wanted to make it more memorable, playful and unique, but yet had a professional enough appeal to for our target audience, because as I said, our target audience has been from people which are young as 15 years old to like old as like 60, 70 years old, because we, as I said, we teach different things. So that's why we wanted to implement that with our UI. And we definitely looked at some of our not exact competitors, but people in the like industries in the market. For example, Cred is really amazing startup in India which were using the same similar kind of approach for them. Then Gumroad was really famous for us. That's why we looked at a lot of brand identity with different things and how we can incorporate that with our thing. So we did a big ass mood board, to be honest, and we just, to be honest, here it's just a glimpse of it, but we had amazing inspiration for our mood board. We looked at a lot of design patterns and how we can use that in our usage. So eventually, as I said, we decided to look at the modern brutalistic approach for our designs, and that's what we came up with. This was one of the features of our whole feature, that was banner approach. So when we said that our program, some of the programs are are really good and they sell good, so that's why we went with the classic banner approach to present at least those 3 4 programs, and rest of them we were like, we should present them, but it's not as important as the ones which are sold better. So that's why we did that. We added those videos, crazy, like a bit of simple animation that doesn't disturbs older audience but does create a hype for the younger audience. We added the context, we did the information architecture to figure out what kind of information pieces we want that in the card and everything around that. We did that. Then we eventually, as I said, we made the program card. If you see, we added a background, different background, different colors for the things, added mentor images, multi-mentor programs, booster tags, it is bestseller or other things to make it pop out, category, which I said, because they have industry based searches, right? Then the program name, and this is how we added the program name, because we had limited space and we wanted to capture everything. So we're like, 2 week, whatever program and type. So, and there's a different types of program. If it's a workshop, intensive, career accelerator program, job placement program, and different things, right? Then mentor, because I said mentor credibility is really important as well. So that's what we did. We explored that bit a lot. At the end, our feature was rolled out to people, and with like after 2 months we understood that it's really doing well. And that's when we figured out that it has increased the revenue by 5%. And the best thing about capturing data here was, so our programs have two types. One which directly sell and gives us direct revenue, and second where you, because it's a bigger program where users do a application and then it's sold. So fortunately enough, we were able to capture the whole process, and within 2 months it generated around 450 plus application, which eventually that and the direct selling led to like 5% increase in revenue for the last 2 months. So that was really crazy. Eventually again we had to personalize the path of the user more. So we went on a crazy journey again. We were still exploring a lot of ideas, like giving them quizzes or like swallow wheel kind of thing, where they can swallow it, get an offer, and then they are intrigued towards it, searching and everything. But yeah, as I said, there are technical constraints in a very young startup, so that's why we were not able to explore it. So we did a lot of it, but till when I was doing this, like now it has been quite a while since we did this. So now we already made another version of it, which I definitely want to show you guys. I will just stop this and share a different screen to make you guys see that. Share, and yeah, hopefully you guys can. Yep. So this is the second version that we made. We are definitely have improved the card design and everything, and this is what we came up with. We changed the card layouts, added more information, added the search icon, made the cards more appealing to the brand identity that we eventually evolved to. Added more like sold out tags as well, so that people can still show interest. And one of and frequently asked question, which was really needed by the users, which they said. And one of the crazy things that we added is one more feature. Whenever a person clicks on a particular program, now it leads to a smaller preview of the program, where it talks more about what's included in the program and curriculum of the program, and they can directly apply from here and download brochure. In the older version, it leads to the landing page of the particular program, and they had to go through a whole big ass thing to figure that out. So we made the process easier for them now. This is still yet to roll out, but that was one of the craziest things that we did recently in our time as well. Yep. So that was it. If you guys have any questions, you can shoot up, and I'll try my best to answer them.
Thank you for that savvy talk. I definitely learned a lot today about growth school, and GS Learn today, and its significance. So now we'll move on to questions. So do the audience have any questions?
Are the comments part the question?
Yeah, there's questions in the comments. Someone's asking to share the link to the case study.
Oh yeah, I can. Sorry. Hold on.
So we have another question. So some programs sell better than others. Could you elaborate on that a little bit and what you mean by this?
Sure. So give me a second. Here's the case study link. So one of the crazy things about Growth School is because it's a pretty young company. Uh, when we say one program sells better than others, is that we have a single topic and different programs on them. So, for example, we are selling a UX design program, let's assume, and then we sell a performance marketing, and then we sell a public speaking program. So when we say one sell better, to be honest, the straightforward answer is that program creates more revenue. They are they have more ticket selling than any other program. But when you dig deeper, you will understand that why does that program is doing better. It's basically these factors: mentor credibility, ticket size can be the right fit for the audience, or uh, it can be like what the perception of that program is in the market right now. For example, there are a ton of competitions as well, but it could be possible that the program that we provide has better outcome than any other in the market. So it totally depends on those, but in simple terms, it's like it's simply like saying it that like this is sold more than that, to be honest. So,
Hmm. Okay, thank you for that clarification. So we have another question here in the chat. Are there any specific industries or types of products where you found product discovery to be particularly challenging, and how did you overcome those challenges?
interesting. So I weirdly enough, I have just worked at full time. I have just worked at Growth School, but there have been a lot of industries that you can look at as when you're looking at when you say product discovery. For example, healthcare was very creative when I was looking at product discovery, because healthcare is a really sensitive topic to a lot of folks, and it's it's very difficult for you to make people comfortable in a digital environment and then also make them discover products. So this can be really challenging. So you have to make sure that when you are present making discovery for people, make them smooth into things. You can't push them. You can't be like, hey, you go, this is the product that we recommend you. You have to make them through that process. So one of the things that we recently rolled out is a quiz. So now a person comes on our platform, there is an option to do a quiz as well. They do a quiz where they fill in their details, their goals, and then we recommend them what kind of program is best for them. So then what happens is they go through a journey, they put the effort to find the right program, and they don't feel pushed for that program because our system told them what is best for their needs right now. So, similar as I said, healthcare was a really interesting thing that I looked at, and also then fintech. That was also a thing because people are caring about their money, and that is like a really sensitive topic to a lot of folks. So, caring about making sure how you make people spend their money without uh, like scamming them, to be honest, or making them feel that they are scammed is like is like really challenging. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, that was very insightful. Thank you for that. So the next question we got is, how does the process of product discovery change when working versus on a startup project versus on a more established company or product?
Yeah, for sure. The biggest thing would be time. So we did this feature within like 2 weeks. And while if you would be in a big company like, let's say, Google, Meta, X, or whatever, now not X, but like at least those two companies, you will take at least at least 6 months to 1 year to do it, because they one of the thing is, if it not just with product discovery, with any feature in like well established or startup companies, uh, in startup you have more decision making, you have more control over things, while in big companies it might not be the case. You have to go through a lot of uh, hierarchy to get approval for things. Then it takes time. You have to do, and for them, the impact is large. For us, we do a lot of hit and trial things. So we do a lot of experiments, but for them, experiments are like not not done this way. Like for them it's different. For them, when you are creating a feature like this, it's like it creates bigger impact. It is getting impacted towards a larger audience. So those things that does create a big difference between a like a small startup and a big company. uh, but it totally depends on your manager and everything else. But the biggest thing is time. You get more time for research, you get more time for exploration, more testing and everything like that. So yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Um, so the next question we have is, what led you to deciding new brutalism was the best approach for your design layout? Was it purely based on clicks, or were you also looking at other metrics?
So what happened is, we had a design system for, not like, because it's very young, so we didn't have a proper design system. So we were in the midst of redesigning our products. The smallest thing that we did was what we call landing pages, because most of our users use, like, see the landing pages first and then goes to a product. So we were in the middle of changing their design, and one of the things that we figured out there, that as we were doing A/B testing in the old designs and new designs, and a difference between a lot of designs, new brutalism was giving us better results, yes, in terms of clicks. But to be honest, our main success metrics or KPI is revenue. So how do we capture it? As I said, a person goes on a website, sees the glimpse to the content and everything, and clicks on it and does the payment. Clicks can I can make something clickable, like, which looks very ugly, but that's not what we wanted to do, because we are a startup, right? So we wanted to make a balance between those things. And also for us, the main metrics is revenue or the purchasing power, and also later on with our product at least, is more returning users. So for example, this product discovery is not the first thing that a user will see. It's a inside the product thing. So yeah, I hope that answers it.
Okay. So our next question is, in the context of UI UX design, how does a product discovery impact the overall user experience of a product?
Oh, pretty good. So, but product discovery is not, at least in product-based companies, you will see it because they have product, they have to sell that. But but you have to figure that out. That does play a role. At least I'm gonna say, with when you are a UX designer, even if you are thinking of making a work public, that makes a big ass difference, because these product discoveries gives you revenue as metrics. And whenever you are gonna work in the industry, you will see, if you have a case study, if you have a project which is directly revenue generated, that's what hiring managers, like C-suite people, look at. And that's why it's like having product discovery is really important. Push for those projects inside your company or inside other things. That's why I said those are really important. Because as you grow in the career, you will see, having success metrics to your design is really important. And the issue is, it's very difficult to have success metrics on different parts of design. But product discovery is an easy way, because if people discover more product, they purchase more product, and how that creates more revenue, so you have a direct impact for it. uh, and yeah, it depends on company to company, to be honest. So
Hmm. Okay. Um, okay. It seems like we're done for questions for now. Thank you so much for your talk and coming today. Um, yeah, I think we're good to go.
awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for having me. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys. Bye. Take care.
Bye.